help us, Christine. We need your help. That's Dr. Christine.
Is that Dr. Christine Lahti?
Christine Lahti.
Oh my God.
Christine Lahti in space.
She's in space now.
Starring Christine Lahti as Dr. Christine Lahti and Alyssa Milano as Space Nurse. Christine Lahti, will you report to the nurse's station? In space. She has lots of friends and lots of patients, and her boss is also played by Alyssa Milano. So many special guest stars. Daphne Zuniga plays a pencil. Christine Lahti in space.
Christine Lahti in space. Season 1, Episode 16. Merry Christmas, Christine Lahti, in brackets, with special guest Mariah Carey as Merry Christmas, end brackets. Unable to spend Christmas with her only family, Sunset, the crested gecko, Dr. Christine Lahti volunteers for paediatric duty. A pair of investigators for the Space Criminal Investigative Service, special guest star Chris O'Donnell and special appearance by Carol Burnett, are on the station looking into the attempt to overthrow Space President and the Pencil Royal family. Merry Christmas, special guest star Mariah Carey, arrives to hand out gifts, but has lost her voice and cannot sing.
No.
Can SCIS agents Chris and Carol be called upon to fill in? And why does someone keep delivering coffee in cups labelled Pristine Latte?
Oh my God.
So this was heavily adapted from an email we got from Paul, who had most of this.
Well, because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if you would take... I knew that there was an email.
Yes.
I wasn't sure if you would take from Paul's email and add to, or if you would read, as an alternate episode and also the real episode,
I just found so much of it delightful. Like Chris and Carol.
Oh my God, that's really random.
And from the Space Criminal Investigative Service, which was SCIS, like NCIS,
Oh my
but in
God.
space.
Okay. So
Space NCIS.
I need to start at the end, as I tend to.
As you always do, yeah.
So, Merry Christmas.
Merry
Obviously, a very well-known singer.
Christmas. Yes.
Best singer in space.
Yes.
Boss of space singing, I would say.
Yeah.
She's got a Christmas special, but has lost her voice.
Has lost her voice.
Do we know why?
Or has the special guest star refused to sing any of her songs that she owns the copyright to?
Or that.
Like
maybe
happened in maybe a movie that she directed once.
Yes. I'm wondering if also maybe it's not that she's lost her voice as in there's nothing there.
Oh.
It's that she's lost her voice and it's been replaced with a regular singing voice. Which is somehow worse.
It's way worse. I wouldn't sing if that was the case either.
So she's been admitted into the space hospital, of course. This is
Yes.
an emergency. But she's had to go to the pediatric wing because she's only 12. And that's why Christine Lahti knows of it.
Yeah. And when she was there delivering presents to the children.
But she also is a child,
It's a whole
maybe,
thing. Yeah.
Maybe what, because we haven't heard from Heather Locklear for a while.
No.
So maybe Heather Locklear saw this beautiful, statuesque 12-year-old.
With amazing hair.
Yeah, delivering
And wanted to
presents
ruin it.
and great lighting. And was like, you're incredible and you're giving presents to the kids and stuff. But you're unwell. Your singing is like a regular person.
Yeah.
You need to be straight in pediatric emergency. So she's
Emergency.
raced her to the other end of the hallway because they're already in pediatrics.
Yeah.
And that's how Christine Lahti knows.
Yes.
And meanwhile, is it Carol Burnett and Chris O'Donnell?
Yeah.
They're investigating.
Yeah, Chris and Carol.
Yes. No, I got. Was that in Paul's or did you put that in?
Yeah, that was in Paul's.
Okay. So Chris and Carol, they're investigating the space president.
Yeah, the whole fiasco that we've had for
right.
the last,
So it's not so much. Is it Do we think it's like the hospital's involvement with?
Yeah, I think they're just trying to make sure that, you
Yeah,
know,
to
who
him.
was anyone actually involved, or was everyone really hypnotized, or someone pretending to be hypnotized?
By super cyborg criminal Diane
Yeah.
Keaton.
Yeah.
DYE, as it turns out. So they've come in. It's all very and we think this is going to be a very serious episode.
Yeah.
But then suddenly they're called upon to do the talent show,
Yeah,
essentially.
they keep singing.
So what their challenge is not that they can't sing. We know that Chris and Carol can sing.
Yeah, they can hold a tune.
But can they hold a tune in line with Merry Christmas, who's pointing to the notes she wants them to sing?
Yes.
Because she can't sing herself.
She can't sing herself.
So she has to point.
But-
and then they're
and
like hitting the note, but it's
all
not.
Christmas carols in space are written by Merry Christmas.
Yes. Yeah.
So she knows how they go.
Oh,
Like
absolutely.
Run DMC. Like just
So for Chris and Carol, you know, they're
really being put through their paces.
absolutely, and they've heard of, you know, Mary being wonderful but a tough boss at times.
Yes.
They recall. Actually, Heather Locklear comes in and tells them a Christmas tale of a young violinist who once worked with Merry Christmas and has not.
Who was now in the psychiatric wing of the
Yes,
space
it's not-
hospital,
exactly. He's
licking the walls.
here in this very hospital as we speak. But of course, it's Christmas and it's the 90s, so it all ends well. And
Oh
Carol
yeah, there'd be a
Burnett-
Christmas miracle in which Chris and Carol don't have to sing,
yeah.
and Merry Christmas regains her
Or
voice.
what I imagine is they finally feel ready and
Yes.
they take the hospital stage,
Yes.
and as they open their Mariah or Mary
Yeah.
walks out and just does the whole show.
Yeah, she's carried onto the stage by
Yeah.
several nurses.
And
in scrubs.
yes, Tony Danza's there.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Tony Dance.
Yeah, they called him in.
The 2IC of nursing.
And what had actually happened was it wasn't a virus or anything. Mary, Christmas by Mariah Carey, had accidentally gifted her voice to one of the children. 'Cause
Oh.
of course, that's her gift is her voice.
Yes, her gift is her voice. She's got to stop giving it away.
She accidentally gave it away to a little girl named Jen. And
Gave her voice in return.
gave her voice in return.
That's why it was so regular.
So it's so regular. And, you know, Jen is much older than most of the
and
other
came
kids.
to singing late.
And came clearly came to sing late.
And but thankfully, Dr. Christine Lahti was there to sort it out and reverse the process.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
The
I
space
imagine
antibiotics.
that Space Jen
Space
is actually a space orphan because when she tried to go home, her family had been hypnotized by Diane Keaton
Oh no!
into forgetting her. So when she was like, I used to live here,
They
they're
had
like,
no
"Who are
idea.
you?"
Yeah. Who are
So
you? I'm
now
Jen.
she's
I live here.
an orphan
Oh,
in
that's
the
really
space
sad.
hospital. Yeah.
And she ran away, and even though she was
She's
18,
18.
she's ended up in pediatric.
Yeah, that's how it happened. Okay. So yes, Christine Lahti, Dr. Christine Lahti, of course, is the one to figure this out and reverse it. I think
And she
put
thought
her
she was
she put her
gonna
bang
have-
down, flipped it, and reversed it. Actually,
Yeah. And she thought she was going to have a Christmas without family, and instead she's surrounded by people she loves, like
Yeah.
Tony Danza
Yeah.
and Alyssa Milano.
Yeah.
And
who has we don't know how, but she's escaped for Christmas.
Oh yeah, no, she's around.
Space Nurse has escaped.
Yeah, the boss is there, as is the Locklear, Daphne
Yes.
Zuniga as a pencil,
And Martin Mull now.
and Martin Mull as Martian Pete as a pencil. They're hanging on the tree, bless them, and everyone's just laughing and clapping at the end and drinking eggnog. It's real
Yes.
sweet. Yeah.
And then because Merry Christmas said so, the little bird from Charlie Brown dances along and says the end. Merry Christmas, everyone, from Christine Lahti in space.
Yay!
Yay! Oh,
It's really sweet.
Yes.
And Chris and Carol go off and do some exploring somewhere else. And maybe get their own spin-off show, Space...
Chris and Carol.
Space Criminal Investigations. SCIS.
Yes. They what happens really is they realize that there were some serious issues going on, breaches of all kinds, but they're like, but it's Christmas.
Yeah.
You know,
and
so
why does someone keep delivering coffee in cups labelled Pristine Latte?
Pristine Latte. Well, I mean, it's Christmas.
Yeah.
It needs a sponsor.
Oh.
How do you think they afforded Merry Christmas?
Yeah.
So
it's
folks over at Syrupy Tub Roast made a special Pristine Latte. And it's like, we're your sponsor this week.
It's it's product placement, I get it.
Yeah. So I'm curious, how much was in Paul's initial outline? And
a lot of it. There's a bit of trying to get drunk. And some profanities mumbled, but yeah. And the Pristine Latte was the name of the episode, and the machine thought it was making coffees for Christine Latte, but because, like all baristas, it can't actually understand the name that's been said to it, so it's written Pristine Latte.
Okay, fair.
On the car, yeah.
I do think, let me refresh, that we might have another little fan moment.
Oh, yes.
Read a little special. This is a special fan episode since it's Christmas.
Yes.
We'll throw it out. So this is from Ian,
Yeah.
who messaged it through on Instagram. The episode title is "To Be or Not to Be." Now, I should point out, if there's a fan written episode, it doesn't mean that it's canon.
No.
Diane canon. But we enjoy it, so we will put it in. So Dr. Christine Lahti, this is my favourite part, confronts Space Pencil Danielle Zuniga. So bless Ian, I think your phone has autocorrected Daphne to Danielle at the nurse's station. Why have her patient charts been written so sloppily? Obviously she's a pencil. She breaks down in tears of lead and wood shavings. There's only one explanation. It's not Danielle that Dr. Lahti has been writing with. It must be her evil twin sister, Smudjan. I don't quite know. Smudjan, who smudges a lot. Daphne finds and confronts her in an attempt to escape. Smudjan, the sister pencil, accidentally nicks Daphne with her recently sharpened point.
Oh, no.
And Daphne is found bleeding out.
Oh,
Dr. Christine Lahti can save her, but only if they find a supply of her rare form of pencil blood, type 2B. Which is very fun.
It was worth it for that.
Space Nurse Alyssa Milano finds Smudjan. I think that's her name. I could be reading that wrong. And traps her in a hole. Don't know what kind of hole. The twin agrees to give over her blood in return for safe passage to the next star system. The episode closes with Smudjan arriving at her destination. She applies some Krylon stick to hide her telltale beauty mark and then approaches immigration with her stolen Daphne Zuniga passport. To be continued. So Ian's getting in big with the part 2s and the 2Bs.
Yeah. That is bold.
So I'm not sure if it was an intentional Danielle or an autocorrect Danielle, but either way.
Either way, it's all good.
Maybe there's a triplet. You know? But it is fun. It's fun that people are jumping on board with some ideas.
Really sweet.
And that one was just a little longer, so I couldn't incorporate it necessarily into an episode. But I do like the 2B blood, so maybe that will come
2B
in.
2B is very funny.
Some point. And I should point out that we... at this point, do we know if the space democracy and space monarchy are still going?
Oh, yeah, they're fine.
They're fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just an attempt to overthrow them by the evil Diane Keaton.
Yes.
So, yeah, we're all good now.
Who is still at large.
Still at large.
Once
She could come back at any point.
Yeah.
And she's a cyborg, so she could just be downloaded into, like,
You're right.
a heart-lung machine.
Yeah.
Or Or a heart bum machine.
Oh my God, yeah, that's better. All right, are you ready to give me the title of episode 17?
I am. Next week's episode is called Making Gloves Out of Nothing at All.
Is this because I said I changed the word love to glove?
Yes.
Making gloves out of nothing at all. Okay. Let's see where this goes. Well, that's quite the challenge for me. It is. Especially considering we've just like laid out a whole lot of nonsense.
Yeah. I mean, it could be New Year's. You don't know. I
True.
don't know if we're showing repeats during New Year's this year.
Maybe, yeah, might do that.
All right.
Let's find out.
We'll find out in the next episode. All right. Bye, Lottie.
Bye, ladies.
Help us, Christine. We need your help. That's Dr. Christine. Is that Dr. Christine Lahti? Oh my God. Christine Lahti in space. She's in space now. Starring Christine Lahti as Dr. Christine Lahti and Alyssa Milano as Space Nurse. Christine Lahti, will you report to the nurse's station? In space. She has lots of friends and lots of patients, and her boss is also played by Alyssa Milano. So many special guest stars. Daphne Zuniga plays a pencil.